Today's a simple start. Simple or even a simple start. Today is camera, two lenses. I've got the 18-55 and the 10-24 because I don't know how wide I need to be. But the good thing is the bag stays in the car, and all I'm going to need is, if I can get it undone, is my tripod, which is stuck in my bag. So I need my tripod and I need my camera, because the first location is literally just the other side of the van. So let's go and have a look, see if I can get an image. It's not what I was expecting it was going to be, because we have pea soup. In fact, we don't even have pea soup, we have nothing. Nothing whatsoever. It is fog. Last night the wind was horrendous. The van was shaking and bouncing around. It was like 27 mile an hour winds or something, and it was bouncing around. I'm on quite a high plane at the moment. I'm near Malham. I'll actually put the name of the area I'm in up on the screen. I'm near Winskill Stones. Winskill. Windy van last night. I'm in a place called Winskill. I didn't know that last night, otherwise I probably wouldn't have parked here. But yeah, this is it. This is all I've got. We're going to have this. We're going to have the camera on the tripod and literally go and take a photo. So I feel today's vlog is going to be quite a nice, simple, minimalistic style of image. I've got the camera set up. I don't need bracketing on, so I'm going to turn that off. My ISO is on 400. I can go back to 125 now. My histogram's in the middle. Everything's balanced. I may want to just lighten it just slightly, because in these conditions it does tend to darken the image. So if you watch my histogram on there, it's over to the left a little bit, and I want to push it over to the right, more towards the whites, because you get a little bit more detail. So I've lifted it up by one stop of exposure, and on the Fuji it's so easy, just twist that knob there, make sure nothing's clipping, and I'm going to put the tree on the thirds. The only difference is on this image, or the only thing is, I don't quite like this rock in the bottom right hand corner, so I'm just going to clone that out after. But I just wanted to make sure I get everything in. The 2-second timer is on, and then I'm going to focus on the tree best I can, and then just take the shot. And it is really as simple as that. One minimal shot leading in. Now what I have noticed when the display clears, I've noticed that down here I've got a part of a gate. Do not like part of a gate, so I'm going to have to go a bit wider. I think I'm going to pick the gate up, and then I'm going to move it across and go a little bit wider. Now I've got a much nicer composition with the gate leading up, pathway, tree, and we have got the wall on the bottom corner. I might just get away with that wall actually, but you can see the difference when I've got the display on and it's covering some of it up to turning the display off. So that's definitely a better image. So we're going to take that one, and that's our first image in the bag. The way I tend to work is I normally get to my location and get my photograph done quick as I can. I normally get there, I've got a good eye for what I want to look for. I already know what it is I'm trying to take as I'm walking up to a subject. So I already knew that I wanted to get a bit of wall in it, a bit of lines in it, to tell the story of where it is. The view behind it is absolutely astonishing if you can get the view. But this morning there's definitely not a view. I might hang around long enough to see what happens. Once I've got my image, then I'll move around and see if I can improve it and make it better. Or can I get a different style of it? Like now I'm going to walk down the grass a little bit. I'm going to get to where that gate is, and I'm assuming that wall where the gate is, if I can get high enough, I can make it as a leading line, and then I've got a different image altogether. So I'm literally just moving around, and if you can look there, you can see I've got a different plane of position. So as I'm moving around, I'm just changing the shape slightly and get myself in a position where it might just work a little bit better. Now where I am now is up on this little grassy mound, and you can see I really am just there. The van is there, and like I said last night, it was horrendous. Right, so I think now I've got to go up higher, so I'm going to lift my tripod as high as this one will actually go. This is my medium size Sunway Photo. I'm a big lover of Sunway Photo tripods, and this is my medium size one, which is the T3240CM, and as you can see it's still high enough for me, but my big one is definitely got a little bit more height on top of it. Now from here I can see that that tree is on a little bit of limestone, which is beautiful, and I'm going to have to go much wider. The line does lead you in. I'm going to keep it on the thirds again. I can only just get it in, so this is why I brought the other lens with me in my pocket, because I think I might have to use the other lens, but because I'm on my Atoll, perfect, absolutely perfect. Because I've got my Atoll camera bracket, I can literally spin that camera around and just have a quick look without too much fuss, and that has made the image absolutely bang on. I'm going to drop it down to the trees in the top because there's no sky. It's all about the wall leading you in, running you down to the tree. I'm going to focus on the wall in the foreground because that's the most important part. I'm going to knock it up to F, where are we? I'm going to knock it up to F11 to give us some depth in the image, and then 2-second timer, second image done. God, doesn't it? It doesn't get easy, does it? It's so easy. Pea soup or not, you can still make really nice, beautiful images. So I think now I've come up a little bit closer, I'm getting a little bit more green and the way the tree's leaning, and I almost definitely know I've got to change my lens. So on this Atoll mount, you can see you've got this big ring around the middle where the mount spins, and if you are interested in one of these, I've got a video on these, and I urge you to have a look. You literally take it off, you can see the mounts in the middle there, so it stays there. It's not attached to the lens at all, it's attached to the actual camera like any other mount would be, and then I can just slot that back in the middle, line her up, and away she goes, ready to go for the next shot. Simples. So let's have a little look and see what this looks like now with the wider angle lens on. At the moment it's way too wide, I don't want all of that, and what I'm trying to do really is I'm trying to get some of this wall in, and the mist and the way the wall leads down into the distance, into the fog. But I don't want this mess that's down here. There's a lot of fence posts and stuff down there, and I don't want that. But from here I'm getting a lovely shape. I've got a bit of wall coming in from this bottom right hand corner. I've got the tree on the left hand thirds, and I do like them on the thirds, or I don't like it in the middle, it's not quite the same, so I'm just going to put it on the thirds. Then I've got the wall over on the left hand side coming in, and then if you look carefully you can see the wall goes off into the fog, into the distance, into the mist, into the nothingness, pea soup. So again, focus on my tree this time. In fact, no, I'm going to focus on the wall just in front of the tree. That's about a third of the way into the image now. I've had people ask me about thirds into the image. What's the third? I had a question the other day from someone on my, it's either on my Facebook group, Landscape Vlogtography Adventures, or it was on YouTube. And he dropped me a comment and said, where's the third in the image? Is it the third line on your grid? And the answer is no, it's not the third line on the grid. So you imagine this image, and if I'm standing here now, I've got the foreground is this piece of wall in front of me, then I've got semi-mid-ground, which is that wall coming across and leading down, then I've got the tree in the second sort of mid-ground, if you like, and then the distance is way off in the distance, but the distance you can't see. So from here, if I'm looking at this, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 we don't bother with, second one, 3 and 4. So this is my third. So if you look into the image, that's about a third of the way into my shot, then the tree, then the distance. That is definitely the third of the way into the image, is those rocks, and at F11 the tree will definitely be in focus, and anything beyond the tree, if you could see it. Another one done. Didn't even have to lock my van. So I'll come back to the van now because I want to grab my bag and I want to put my gloves on as well. But we're going up the road a little bit because on the drive in last night there's another pea soup image down there. So I'm going to put this lens back in my pocket for now. I'll probably chuck that one over my back. In fact, I won't. I'm going to put it away because if I don't, I'll end up getting it too cold and damp. So I'm going to put it back in my bag for now, and I'll carry my tripod once I've got my gloves on. And guess whose gloves we're wearing? Good old Valorette. Thanks to Valorette for the gloves. Slight bit of a sponsor. They do send me these gloves every so often. They do keep your hands nice and warm, and as they're photography gloves, you get to keep your fingers out while you're working on your camera. So yeah, if you're interested in a pair of gloves, have a look at my Valorette videos. Right, get my bag on my back. I've got my coffee in it already. Let's get going. Let's go and show you this tree, if it works. So I can see the tree up in front of me. There's a couple more little trees sticking out this limestone. This area is now protected. Winskill stones was being dug up in 1995 or something, and they were digging it up with bulldozers to take it to garden centres to use for rockeries and things. And there was a team of people got together to save it. They raised the money, bought the land, saved it and protected it. Now I'm a firm believer of letting things carry on but not digging it up. You know, this limestone is phenomenal, it's fascinating, it's amazing, it's there from the Ice Age. It really is cool to look at and it's unique. You feel like you're on Mars. If you didn't see the last video, I urge you to watch that because I went to Malham Cove and that is just awesome. Really, really good. So yeah, protected land. Remembering that you're on a road, I've just had a car come past me and it is foggy, so you've got to be careful what you're doing. So I'm at my tree and I'm just trying to work out how to get it. Now I can't go up high, I need to keep the camera down because I want to keep the canopy of the tree, or the branches at least, over the top of that limestone behind it, and there's another little tree there. So I'd like to be low, but I'm too close. I need to be a bit further back, so I'll try from over here I think, and then hopefully I can still get in a position. Got some big hoof prints here. See, I can't quite get in that same position from being further back, but what I'll do is I'll lower my tripod and see if I can actually put the camera down lower and then see if that works. So I'll start with something like this to give me an idea, get the shot lined up, and then maybe change it. The shot's almost there. It's actually really chilly. Last night the temperature went down to about 2 degrees in the van, and then this morning when I woke up I think it was about 4. So it was quite a chilly night, and it's still quite chilly now. I think I'm almost there. I think I've almost got a shot lined up, so I just need to fine tune it a little bit to get it to work a bit better. So get me tripod level. I've got rocks. It's not the best, it's nowhere near as good as the other one, but I'm going to take it because I'm here, so I'm not going to waste too much time on this one. F11, I'll tell you what, F8, horizon level line, a bit of a wall and some trees behind it. I don't know, it's not the best. I'll put it up and show you. It's definitely not as good as the last one. So I think my last shot's going to be slightly higher, put the long lens on. By that it's making it a bit foggier, and I'm getting a bit of a line from the stones just looking over the top of the grass. So I think I'm going to look from somewhere around here, if I can get the tripod in place. That's not too bad, and put the long lens on, shoot down and have the outline of the cliff behind it, or the hill. I'll try that. I'll try one from here with the long lens on, and then I'm going back to the van for my breakfast. That's it, I'm done. Nice and simple video for you. Bit of roadside pea soup. I'll stick around for a little while. I'm going to have my breakfast in the van, so if I do get a little bit of background against that tree we started off with, I'll get a couple of shots of it with a little bit of background in it as well, because I think that'd be quite nice. Same style, same positions, just with a bit of background in it, and I'll put them up after this if it happens. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. A nice simple video for you. I'm interested in hear your comments. What do you think? Is it worth taking photographs in this misty pea soup? Are the images of the tree just imageries against white backgrounds boring? I don't know. Let me know your comments, let me know your thoughts. I've enjoyed the morning anyway. Ciao for now, see you soon. Ta-da! Oh, look at that. It's like a little I don't know, entrance to somewhere. Didn't see that before. Bye bye.